Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Nikki Schmidt. It is Wednesday, December 28th, and I am thrilled to now bring you some of the neat items that I have here at my house for the upcoming AHS Facebook auction. Now, if you haven't seen the video from last week, make sure you check it out just to get the general details. But some of the great items that you saw last time included these metal tabletop Daylily sculptures. We have 2 of these in the auction. I still have that in the great video today. Just want to show you a few of the other things and talk about some of the Daylily experiences that we have in this auction. First, let me show you. If you attended the Louisville 2016 National Convention, you probably saw this limited edition tumbler, the Tervis tumbler that they had printed at Udell Botanical Gardens. And one of these, brand new, has been donated to the auction, so that will be great for a winner. We also have 2 pieces of Don Lovell's gorgeous horsehair pottery, and let me show you the detail on this. You see those embossed dragonflies there? And if you look, I'll try to get through this video without breaking any of these gorgeous items. Look at the detail on that pottery. That's actual horsehair that has been infused during the firing process. And those words certainly sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I do not. That is how Don explained it to me. And I found it fascinating that the patterns created in that pottery were made by just infusing that horsehair while the pottery was so hot. So Don's donated 2 of these original pieces to the auction for bid. Again, we have 2 of these sculptures. We have had these gorgeous white linen Daylily napkins donated, and these Daylilies are in 4 colors. There's one, there's yellow, and there's pink at the back. So these are brand new and starch pressed from the dry cleaners for some lucky garden party enthusiast in the auction. By special request, I have added the 2016 derby hat that I wore at the 2016 National Convention. This is a original Alicia Boone Sinaway hat, and it was worn. You can see the inside. Absolutely like brand new, and that hat we will put in the auction as well. So for those of you who are fans of garden parties or teas, that's a one-of-a-kind hat that definitely has been a great conversation piece for me, and I'm thrilled that some other folks were interested. I do have a hat problem, so it is wonderful that one of these hats is going to be able to find a new home. Other things in the auction. One is, you remember this gorgeous pattern that I painted on a patio table? Let me turn it this way. That I painted, well, I put it on a wood serving tray. Again, for those people who are excited about entertaining outside or who host barbecues or teas of any sort, that is an original serving tray that we will be putting in the auction for someone to win as well. Another cool item, and let me show you this. In 2008, some of you might have went to the Region 2 summer meeting that was held in Madison, Wisconsin. And while we were there, excuse me while I try to get my iPad fired up here for the next item, we had these gorgeous table runners at our tables, and they are embroidered also with 2008 Wisconsin Daylily Society. This table runner was a gift to then, I believe, Region 2 Director Gisela Meckstroth. That was a gift to her from that meeting. And then she then later paid it forward and gifted it to me for a Region 2 auction, which I donated it to the auction in her name. And well, I turned around and bought it myself because it was just a really cool piece of history that I have now used in my own garden parties and in my own events. It's dry cleaned, it's pressed, it's like absolutely brand new, very clean. And now I'm paying it forward a 3rd time to the AHS auction, and hopefully someone will love to have that on their garden party table as well. Speaking of a garden party table, we also have had this donated. It's a gorgeous glass assembled structure. It has a a glass candlestick, a Mikasa glass bowl, and then a bud vase all infused together. So you could serve something, candies or other dried outdoor safe snacks here, or you could float water blossoms, and then in this bud vase would be a gorgeous daylily bloom on top. So this is about 16 and a half inches, 18 inches, and it is also available for bid in the auction. Now what I want to show you on my iPad, now this, I'm going to hold it really close. You see that daylily? That daylily is going to be in the auction. And even though this auction does not have many actual daylilies in it, and that's by design, we wanted this to be an experience-based, garden art-based auction and not compete with local daylily societies and regions who do plant auctions. But this plant is extra special. Bob Selman has donated this. It is a 2017 introduction. The winner will not only get a double fan of it, but they will get the naming rights to that plant as well. So that's an exciting donation. All of these donations will be placed in a photo album, and it will be very easy to bid on those items. It's as simple as commenting on a photo. That's all this auction will be, a photo album of the auction items. And if you want to bid, you comment on the photo. You get outbid, you need to bid again. There won't be proxy bidding. You simply comment on the photos just like you'd comment on anything else. So hopefully that's easy for everyone to participate. Speaking of fabulous people, you guys might know Jacob Henry in this photo. Nice segue. Hold on, let me move this here. Nice segue to the hat from earlier. That's me wearing the hat in Louisville as well. But Jacob Henry, many of you might have seen his 8-part series, his video series on his YouTube channel, and so graciously shared everywhere on social media. Jacob has actually donated a custom video for the winner of that auction item. And the winner can send like 100 photos or other pieces of media, whether they're video or whatever, and Jacob will produce a customized, shareable product for you to be able to communicate your hybridizing program, communicate a catalog of things you might have for sale, a family reunion, grandchildren, whatever it might be. You have watched Jacob's videos and you've seen he has an exceptional talent with collaborating music and movement and still and motion media and putting all of that together in a really cool video experience. So he's donated a customized product for the winner. You're paying to give him your photos, your media clips, and then he will produce that into a video you can put on Facebook, put it on YouTube, put it on your website, put it on your blog, send it to your customers, host it wherever you'd like. But that's a priceless item that has been donated to the auction. So thank you to Jacob for your creative donation there. Other things, let me talk about a few experiences that we have. These are just a few items that I have at my house, either that I've donated myself or that have been given to me to finally deliver to my partner, Jacob Braun, who is going to be handling the consolidation of all of these items. He's handling the photo album for the auction. He'll be answering a lot of the technical questions as the auction's going. Marcia Zeck has also been instrumental during this planning process. So thank you to Long Range Planning and to Jacob Braun for helping kind of mold this whole thing. Jacob has most of the other items at his house. I'm looking at the auction list right now, and I see 54 items, 54 crazy awesome items that are going to be in the auction. So these are just a few of the actual, hard goods that I have here, but I just wanted to show you some of this tangible coolness that, the horsehair pottery, you might see a photo of it, but seeing me hold it and show you the inside and just talk about how gorgeous this would be with one of my hashtag 60 bouquets. Hopefully I won't scare too many of you off from wanting to bid on it. So let me tell you about a couple of other really cool things, just highlight some things. And then I will be looking to Jacob in the next day or two to publish a PDF of this entire list for you. So you can start looking at it. You can come here to this page, ask questions about it. We'll have about 2 weeks to talk about all of these items in depth. So hopefully that will give you the confidence to bid and the confidence to support AHS with our fundraising campaign this year. We do not have a matching gift campaign this year like we have had in the last few years. We took a different approach to fundraising this year, thought we would go and collect items from our Daylily friends of items that we love or items that have been cherished or coveted at other events. These sculptures aren't readily available. Those table runners are maybe no longer in existence. These Tervis tumblers are limited. So the items that we have are really part of the experience. But for those things that don't have a tangible item, let me tell you about one or two of them. First of all, Charles and Heidi Douglas from Browns Ferry Gardens have donated a 3-day, 2-night stay at the Browns Ferry Gardens Bed and Breakfast. So you should bring your work boots and bring your work gloves and bring your camera and get ready for several cool days of experiences with 3 really cool hybridizers at Browns Ferry. That will be an experience item in the auction. All of these experiences will have all of the details in the item description. That's going to be a stay for 2 people. So you can grab your best Daylily buddy and go spend 3 days at Browns Ferry and get lost in an escape and in an adventure, probably like you wouldn't have another time. You can go as a couple, you can go as just 2 Daylily buddies, but that experience is 3 days, 2 nights for 2 people. We have 1 free registration to the 2018 National Convention, so you can bid and possibly win a discounted registration to the AHS National Convention in 2018 in Myrtle Beach. We also have 1 half day in the greenhouse and in the garden with Carol Emmerich. If you need to pause the video and take a deep breath, that is 1 half day, a private half day with Carol Emmerich in the greenhouse and in the garden. There will be restrictions on dates and travel and that sort of thing, so just make sure that you're checking the item description. But to have the chance to spend an uninterrupted half day with Carol Emmerich is also priceless, so I'll be anxious to watch how the bidding goes on that. If I mentioned the word David Kirchhoff or Mort Morris, everyone would automatically think of Daylily World and would remember the 2 Stout medal winners, 2 Bertrand Farr medal winners, and know of their gorgeous paradise now located in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. They have donated an afternoon for 2 with David and Mort in their garden, which includes afternoon tea, dinner, an overnight stay, breakfast, and then a private morning in the garden with David and Mort. I can't even say anything more about it because I don't want to tempt you guys to bid against me, but that's a serious offer and one that likely won't be offered again in a venue like this, to be able to have that kind of concentrated time to talk about 2 lifetimes worth of work in the Daylily universe. So that is an amazing item that someone will be able to win. Scott Elliott has donated another cool hybridizer experience, which includes to go to Elabelle, Georgia. Travel, of course, like most of these experiences, travel is going to be the responsibility of the winner, but the overnight, the meals, the gifts that come along, those are part of the experience. So again, make sure that you're reading those item descriptions to know what you're bidding on. So Scott and Dominique Elliott in Elabelle, Georgia are donating a sunup to sundown Daylily experience with them, and that includes lunch, dinner, an overnight, a 2016 or prior registration completely free as a gift. You get to pick out which one you want, and then you also get 50% off of any other purchase that you want to make that day. So you can have lunch, dinner, spend the night, and have the morning in the garden with Scott and Dominique looking at their hybridizing program, their amazing collection of very unique Daylily cultivars, hydrangeas, and a butterfly garden. I think when I visited, I took just as many pictures of the butterfly garden that Dominique had planted, just as many photos as I took of the beautiful daylilies. So that is an incredible in-person hybridizer experience that someone's gonna have a chance to bid on. Another in-person experience is going to be in Xenia, Ohio. And Mike and Sandy Holmes have donated another workday experience. So bring your work gloves, bring your work boots, bring your sunscreen and your garden hats. And you'll get lunch, dinner, overnight, a free introduction of your choice, and then 50% off anything else you want to buy while you're there. This is an overnight and all of those goodies for one person. And Sandy totally notes that although you should bring your sense of humor and get ready to have an amazing time, please also come with your questions and your work boots and your work gloves and have the most of your winning experiences at Riverbend Gardens. And thanks to them for donating that cool experience. Speaking of experiences, I know that many of you, and I see in the comments, many of you have said, what about the condo? What about Hawaii? What about Hawaii? I'm not telling you about Hawaii, but it's almost too amazing to even talk about, because when I say it is 10 days for 4 in a Maui oceanfront condo, I totally mean every one of those words that I just said. 4, 10 days, Maui oceanfront condo. Thank you to Klaus and Marcia Zeck for donating their oceanfront condo for this event. There will be pictures of the condo. It seriously is oceanfront, like lifetime experience. I kid you not, lifetime experience. Travel to Hawaii is of course going to be the responsibility of the winner of the auction, but this is a lifetime experience to have a condo on the ocean for 10 days for 4 people. And all of this, again, all of the proceeds from this auction directly benefit the general fund for AHS. So these items and the subsequent bids could not be more important to us right now. So it bowls me over to think that someone is an AHS member is going to win in this auction. They're going to get to go to Maui for 10 days. And you know that they're going to have to post pictures of all of it. And like the rest of us are going to be following along on their whole vacation. It's going to be hilarious. They're going to be vacationing with more than just 4, I'm sure. But don't let that scare you, because I'm just so happy that someone's going to be able to do it. So that is in the auction, and you'll be able to get more details as those pictures are posted. The American Horticultural Society, we have arranged a tour of Hillwood Estate plus lunch with the executive director. Talk about an exclusive experience. Please check the photo and the details for more of that, and all of that is coming soon. This is totally just a tease for right now. So I cannot thank you enough, all of the donors, for stepping up and coming up with creative ideas. We have Tim Fair, for those of you who follow along with the AHS website, are with the gorgeous photo trios, the daily trios that have been posted all year. Tim Fair has a special flair with Photoshop. And what we are going to offer, one seat 25 times. So we're going to have a virtual classroom for learning how to improve your daily photography using Photoshop. And this will be a virtual class in which we're only going to sell 20 seats. And if you bid on and win one of those 20 seats, you'll get to come to a private, virtual, live classroom right on your tablet or right on your computer. We're going to have it via a program. It's like old school party line. Everyone will be able to get on audio and on video at the same time. Tim will take you through exercises on how to improve your daily photography using Photoshop, filters, layers, special tips and tricks, special what do you call them? Like macros that you have set up to get Photoshop to work better for you. This is a virtual classroom that definitely will not be offered again. So one of those exclusive 20 seats is going to be very hard to get. So we're going to sell just a limited number of seats, and the top 20 highest bids are going to get the seats in those classrooms. And the seats will be set at a certain price for those. So the first people to come in, it's going to be first come, first serve. So that's what it means by selling out. Those are more like a buy it now auction, where we say, I have a limited number. I have 20 of these, and the first 20 people that would like to pay $50 for a seat in that classroom, those are the first 20 we're taking. So that's how that virtual classroom will work. And for all of the winners, we will walk you through how to get into the virtual classroom. And it's as easy as clicking on one link on your computer. So don't be scared of that part. Tim will walk through it, again, live Q&A. So to take a class from someone on Photoshop who specifically uses the program to modify Daylily photos, priceless. That same model, I'm gonna offer a virtual fireside chat as well. I will show for the first time my 2016 photo show, all of my favorite photographs from 2016. I'll host a little Q&A for people on Daylily photography, on Daylily administration, on inspiration, just really a sit down fireside chat, wine and cheese, soda and crackers, peanut butter and jelly, whatever you call it, but I'm calling it a fireside chat, and I'd love to have just a small group of interested people who are passionate about doing things and sometimes doing them to the most awesome. I'd love to see that core group of people join me for a fireside chat to try to gain some momentum among ourselves and kind of build a closer tribe. So I'll be offering that too, and there'll be a limited number of seats, and those seats will have a specific price tag, and the first certain number of people who click bid to take a seat in those classes will be given the seats, and when they're gone, they're gone. So I hope you get into doing it. From Louisiana, we have an entire basket of pecan items. And I only say pecan items because one of you just said pecan, Nikki, pecan, not pecan. So I had to say that. Pat Swallow also put together a basket of Louisiana-related food items. So we have all of this gorgeous Louisiana cuisine and recipes and mixes and canned and travelable food items. I'm very excited about that because Louisiana is one of my favorites. What else is on here that's exciting? Glass pendants, concrete art, hanging stained glass, a ceramic bowl made by Wayne McLaurin in Mississippi. He has donated that. Arthur Woods of Alabama has donated a rustic birdhouse, which I don't have here, but it will be in the photo album when it gets posted, so check that out. A signed copy of each of Oliver Billingsley's authored AHS publications. He will present and inscribe for the winner of that auction. So you'll have each of those books that he has written dedicated and signed by Oliver. So that's a great item as well. There is a cool Daylily themed throw blanket. It's 51 inches by 60 inches, so it's kind of taller than me on both sides. So that is a gorgeous, and it also features a Daylily. This is another one of those crazy experience items. Dick and Donna Peck have donated a bed and breakfast stay for 5 days at their home in New Mexico. And you must, my words cannot even do this item justice. You must go look at the photos and go look at the item description as soon as it's posted, because to have those type of accommodations in New Mexico with two cool people like the Pecks, that is an amazing opportunity from the Southwest. So thank you to New Mexico and to the Pecks for that donation. We have some really special iris bulbs from Shriners. The Iris Garden, they've donated a whole collection of individual special iris, so make sure you check for the list of that. Old River Farm and lunch in Old Alexandria, Virginia, the American Horticultural Society, like I talked about before, that experience and this other AHS experience, this is going to be a private tour of that AHS headquarters, which is really exciting. So check the details for those other items. Couple of other things. The AHS has donated 1/2 of a page of a color ad in a 2017 Daylily Journal. So if you've always wanted to place an ad in the Daylily Journal, if you have just never wanted to take that big step and invest that type in your advertising budget, well, here's your opportunity to win 1/2 page of color. Layout and design will be done by Meg Ryan, our executive editor, and whatever journal you want to pick in 2017 will be the winner's choice. Current ad rules apply, so you can't advertise certain things or you can't have certain words, or, you know, it certainly is the ad that they are donating is all of the current publication restrictions apply to that. So it's an amazing opportunity to get some advertising space, maybe for a local club, maybe for a local Daylily festival or event, maybe for a large scale plant sale or a Daylily show that you want to turn into a national event. You have that opportunity to now bid on 1/2 color page ad in the Daylily Journal. So I think that is absolutely fantastic. Betty Roberts in Colorado has also donated a flower arranging class and a few very rare cultivars from the late Ned Roberts collection. That is an item that I won't say much more about either because I don't want any of you bidding against me on it. But you can see all of the details when the photos and the descriptions are posted. But Betty is a studied exhibitor of floral arranging. She is a great mentor in that area, and she's going to offer a flower arranging class. And then if that wasn't enough, she'll also offer the bidder some of Ned's more rare offerings from his collection. So I have not absolutely gone over everything. Like, I haven't mentioned Bill and Ann Monroe have donated 2 16 by 20 canvas prints. The winner is going to be able to look through Bill's extensive photography on national conventions, and that's probably how many of you have come to know Bill if you didn't know him when he was the registrar or when he has been involved in other areas of the AHS. He of late has been our esteemed photographer. He is offering the winner a chance to peruse his 5,000 plus photos of past AHS conventions, and the winner can pick 2 of those photos, and he will have those photos enlarged professionally into 16 by 20 canvases. So think about if your garden has been on tour for the last several years and Bill Monroe has taken any photos in your garden. If you are one of those garden owners, I would be hot and heavy on this item, because if I could have 2 16 by 20 canvas prints of my garden when it has probably never looked better, I might be paying a pretty penny for those auction items. So thanks to Bill and Ann. I swear I'm gonna knock this over and break something before this is over, but at least if I do, I will be again live on Facebook. Thanks to Bill and Ann again for the creative donation. We have Hummel figures, again, a handmade quilt that is in queen and twin, donated by Bob and Sarah Martin. Wire art, hanging baskets, 2 of those potteries, these tabletop stained glass, garden markers. There are so many items, but I know I've kept you too long and you're probably tired of listening because you stroked out a long time ago over all of the exciting things. So I can't thank you enough for hanging out with me again. Don't forget, the auction starts January 15th on this page. You need to just simply like this page and then participate by looking in the photo album and commenting on the photo of the item that you would like to bid on. So thanks again for joining us today. Didn't mean to take up this much time in your ears, but it was certainly fun. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, private message me. Otherwise, stay tuned for the list and the complete photo album, which should be coming out soon. Thanks everyone. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Happy New Year. Mwah. Bye.